Hi, everybody. I hope you're having an incredible day. So, welcome to the Keto Mom page. We are still going through Atomic Habits. I'm straighten my phone out here. We're going through this book. Every morning I pop on. It's been a little bit later due to horse camp and a couple of things that I'm doing in the mornings until I get back home. Our mornings start off quite early. The girls have early volleyball camp. We have to leave at 6:30 in the morning. We've got horse camp later mid-morning. We've got ballet camp in the evenings, all of the things. It's been a lot of fun. So first of all, where are you tuning in from? And are you enjoying your summer? Are you going anywhere? I would love to know, for those of you who are tuning in, are you doing anything fun for the 4th of July weekend? We were going to go to a family camp, and I don't think we're going to a family camp because we have a camp in our backyard, and I think we're just going to chill. So we've been pretty go, go, go for the last, well, that's kind of our life. But what are you doing for the 4th of July? I'd love to know. Do you do fireworks? Do you grill out? We will probably have some friends or family over, and we are going to grill. My husband just bought a 16-pound brisket that he's going to grill for like 16 hours. I don't know. Watch my stories and stay tuned for that. That will be fun, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. So we're going to grill. We always grill. Our life is pretty predictable, but we move pretty quickly. So as you're tuning in, I do have a couple questions. For those of you who've been going through the book with us every morning, I want to know, and I actually have an actual serious question I need to know. I come on and go through the chapter in the morning. Some of you are going through, you might not be on the chapter that I'm on, or maybe it's easier for you to read throughout the day. Would you prefer for me to come on in the evenings? Would it be easier to do an evening one and kind of check in and go back and forth? Or do you not care? Or do you prefer the mornings to start off your day? Again, if you're at work, this is a later morning one. I'm super sorry. I'll get back on track probably Friday. And we also have friends staying with us. So our mornings are just a little off, but I'm still doing the things I need to do. It's just a little bit different. So we're going through this book. The point of this book is to create habits and systems to get to your goals and to keep it a long-term lifestyle, right? So if you're going through it, awesome. If you're checking it every single day, would you prefer morning or night? So this is the book that we're going through right now. It's by James Clear. We just got done with The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. It's incredible. And then we're going to go through the book called The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. We're going to go through that by the end of the month. So I'm just going to briefly go over chapter 15. And this book is awesome because even if you kind of are going through the book, there's always a summary at the end. The point is to read it at your pace. You can tune in here. I'll read some of it to you. But the point is for you to realize, to be aware, like have an awareness of the habits that you have, right? Good or bad? Mostly bad. What are some of the things that you are like, I don't know why I do that. I need to change that. I clearly don't want that outcome, so I need to work on different systems. That's what he talks about. The book has a ton of science, and it's data-driven, lots of stories. In the very beginning of chapter 15, it's the cardinal rule of behavior change. He tells a lot of stories, but ultimately he says this. The 4th rule that he's going over is you need to make the change that you're going after satisfying. And he talks about just like we are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying, right? I'm going to say this in a funny way. Most people don't love to go to the gym and then feel that soreness of like, when you like go sit down and you're like, I can't move. I'm going to guess most people don't love that soreness feeling. I love to be sore. My daughter loves to be sore. We're like, if we're sore and we can't move, then I'm like, yes, it worked. I'm doing it, right? That is actually satisfying for me. But he talks about when you're working on a change, changing a behavior, changing a pattern or a system, you have to have it be satisfying, right? Because if you don't, and he also tells a story of like years and years, 2,000 years ago, and how we never had technology like we have today. We live in an instant society. So oftentimes people don't stick to a habit or creating the systems because we want it right now. I want to hop on my social media right now. I want to order something at Amazon right now. I want it delivered to my house right now. And so that has caused a little bit of a hiccup in our, the blasters just blasted. Did you guys feel that? I mean, feel it, but hear it. Okay. Side note, we live on an old rock quarry. So we bought this lake. It's a 40-acre lake. It's all ours. And on the other side of the lake, there's other people that have lakes, but there's a rock quarry being blasted, and it just blasted. And I can feel it in my whole house. Anyways, I don't love it. That's a side note. I can share more about that later. But they just blasted and shook my house. So on a second note, my family, the girls, we have some friends staying with us from Oklahoma, and they have a 13-year-old son, and he's never seen Rocky. They introduced him to Rocky, and they're watching it right now. So if you hear it, that's what's going on. It's a little bit crazy in my home, but it's all fine. We're talking about satisfaction. Is that even a word? Being satisfied. Going after your goals, right? So, pleasure teaches your brain that a behavior is worth remembering and repeating. So basically, he's going through this chapter and he's saying, if you want to keep a habit going and create a healthy habit, you're going to have to find some satisfaction in doing that, right? Or reward yourself in short spurts. So he says, if an experience is not satisfying, there's less reason to repeat it. What is rewarded is repeated. What is rewarded is repeated. And then he says, what is punished is avoided. What feels like punishment or starvation or I hate this, or if your mindset is this is terrible, you're not going to keep going. Therefore, you're going to quit. The first law we talked about, he says you need to make it obvious. We talked about getting things off the counter, getting things out of your eyesight. He says you need to make it attractive. You need to make it easy. So the simpler the habit is, the easy, if you set yourself up for success, it's going to be easier. You're going to keep going. So he said, this one is, you need to have it satisfying. He says, but there is a trick. We are not looking for just a type of satisfaction. We are looking for an immediate satisfaction. So I really don't think I'm saying that right, but whatever. So here's what he's saying. So switch it. In modern society, many of the choices we make today will not benefit us immediately. He talks about saving money, losing weight. What else did he talk about? If you have a good job and you're doing great at your job, you're not going to see it in your paycheck for a couple weeks, right? If you exercise today, perhaps you won't see the weight loss. What if you don't even see it for a year? He says, if you're saving money, and you're saving for your retirement, you're going to see it in a decade. He's just giving you perspective, right? We live in a scientific world. We don't like this delayed return environment. And so what can you do as you're figuring out the habits and goals that you're trying to recreate? We're switching things up. We're creating new systems. I want to eat healthier. I want to feel better. I want to work out. I want to get up in the morning and do my miracle morning. I want to read more. All of these things need to have to help you feel satisfied. So basically, he walks you through, there's so much to read. There's so many things. He says, the consequences of a bad habit are delayed as well. This is super good. He explains how when you do a bad habit actually feels pretty good in the very instant, right? I eat a donut, I feel satisfied. Maybe you smoke a cigarette, it helps you feel less stress. You hit your snooze button, you get to sleep in, right? All of these bad habits create a quick response or you feel satisfied. But long term, you're going to feel terrible, right? So he says, usually it follows that pattern. If it's not good for you and you need to change it, you're going to feel great now. Long term, you're going to feel like garbage. If it's something that requires work, if you're creating a good habit, it's not going to always feel great in the beginning. You might feel sore. You might feel deprived. It's going to be work, but long term, you're going to be thankful for it. And so every habit produces multiple outcomes across time. Unfortunately, these outcomes are often misaligned. So with your bad habits, it's immediate. Good habits, it's going to take time. The cost of your good habits are in the present, right? The cost of your bad habits are in the future. The cost of your good habits are in the present, or in the good present, or I'm sorry, the cost of your good habits are in the present. The cost of your bad habits are in the future. You might go, oh, it doesn't matter. It's one day sleeping in. Doesn't matter. It's one donut every day. It doesn't matter because you don't see the bad habits until you get to a year down the road or 2 years down the road, right? You just have to tell yourself, if I'm feeling satisfied right now, is it worth it? Or am I willing to do the work to get to where I want to go in 1 year? I often tell people this. Are you willing to put in 1 year of hard work to get you to feel good, to lose the weight, to have the energy to play with your kids or grandkids, to be able to run the marathon. I'm talking physically right now because that's why most of you are here. If you are here, and I get this every day, I've been doing this for 2 weeks. Oh, I'm frustrated. It's been 10 days. It's been a month and I'm not seeing it. And I'm like, listen, you did not get to where you are overnight. You are not going to get to where you want to be overnight. So that donut long-term got you here today. Or the pizza, or the overeating, or the emotional eating, or the bad habit eating. It wasn't yesterday that you started that. So you're going to have to mindset. That's why we read every day, right? It gets your mindset right to own your morning, to own your day, to make the better decisions so that you can, over time, reap the harvest of your work every single day. You're planting seeds every day, little seed every day, making better choices every day. You might not see it, but all he's going to say is this. If you can give yourself a reward, like maybe you do great all week, and if you love it, maybe I've realized I actually like having my nails done. I'm not a high maintenance person. I love the thought of having beautiful eyelashes and getting my eyebrows. I just don't keep up with those things, but I can read every day. I work out every day. I work on the things that I can control because you want to know what? It's simple. It's in my home. But when I have to go get my nails done and eat, you guys should see my gray hairs coming in. I messaged my friend Caitlin and I'm like, listen, we've got a problem. I need my hair done. Can you come to my house? It's whatever you value, right? But I told myself, man, I like getting my nails done. I should treat it as a reward. Maybe if I up my weights and I do a really good workout because I want to get stronger, but I'm a big baby when I'm like, I have to up the weights to 5 pounds. I can work out every day. And I like to be sore, but I hate sweating. I know it's really weird. It's really weird, but I'm not a big sweater. But in order for me to reach the different goals that I want, I'm going to have to sweat. I don't naturally sweat, so I do work out really hard, but I'm just saying. So I thought if I up my weights and I do it all week or for every 2 weeks, I could get my nails redone. That would be a reward. So for you, if you eat healthy for the next week or 2 weeks, what is something you could give yourself to go, that was satisfying? Buy a new book, right? I don't know, get your hair done. Maybe because then he says, like if you're working on your health and then you go buy something, make sure it's not hindering your financial goals as well. So anyways, there's so many factors in there, but is this making sense? What could you reward yourself? Not with food. Do not reward yourself with food. That can be like a cheat day. Do not call that a reward. It's creating a bad habit. So if you're going to have a cheat day, label it a cheat day, you'll feel like crap and then keep moving and get back on track. You have to have something that you're like, I love that. Or I'm going to go, maybe it's a movie. Maybe it's allowing yourself to rest and watch a movie. I'm not a person I don't love to sit down and rest, but last night I sat down with my friend that's visiting and she was like, I was like, oh, this is so relaxing. You guys, I don't sit down. Like if people are watching a movie, I'm putzing around the kitchen, trying to clean something up. So I sat down and I was like, this is great. I could do this. You guys are cheering for Rocky. Do you hear them? Anyways, the basics of this chapter was this. The fourth law of behavior. There's so much going on in my house between dogs and, oh my goodness. You probably think I'm crazy. It's fine. Okay, the basic chapter summary. The fourth law of behavior change is making it satisfying. What can you reward yourself in short spurts so that you don't give up? We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. The human brain evolves to prioritize immediate rewards over delayed rewards. So be aware of that, right? If it's causing you an immediate reward right now, it's probably not a good habit. Let's see. To get a habit to stick, you need to feel successful, even if it's a very small success, right? Very small reward. Increase the odds that a behavior will be repeated the next time if you have a satisfied response or if you're feeling satisfied. I feel like I'm just rambling. Anyways, the book is incredible. I hope you continue to tune in. I think I saw a majority of people say mornings. So I don't normally come on here late. If you're at work or you missed this, I'm super sorry. I like to come on here by 7:30 because I get all of my morning stuff done and my kids aren't awake by then. I will work on being better at the morning time so you can hear this before you go to work. But otherwise, I just want to encourage you to read. Get your mindset right, because if you can do that, It's going to help you choose better throughout your entire day. So, all right. I should probably go clean something. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Continue to tune into the page. If you're brand new, I don't always ramble, and it's not always about a book. We do share lots of recipes all day long. Continue to tune in. Follow me on my stories. You can see our crazy life and all the fun that we do. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.